Hey everyone, I'm Dr. Truby. I am your professor for English 165. In this video, I want to give an introduction and overview of GTC for me and Blackboard and what you specifically need to know for this class with regards to those two platforms. So what I'm going to do is share the screen with you so we can go through this together. So I'm assuming you know how to get to GTC for me, how to log in. Once you're there, the first thing you really need to be checking is Gmail. So this is the primary way that I'm going to communicate with you. When I put up announcements, I also send them to your Gmail. If I have a question regarding some assignment that you've turned in, I'm going to contact you regarding Gmail. So a lot of times what I'm sending you there is time sensitive. Okay, so if you're only checking it every 2 weeks, then you're going to miss things that might have been important. I suggest putting Gmail on your phone and adding your account to your phone so that you can get alerts whenever an email comes through. If you're not doing that, I would be checking your Gmail daily. The other one I want to point out here is Office 365, because a lot of the assignments, most of the assignments for this class, you're going to need to submit as Microsoft Word documents. So you have free access to Microsoft Office as a Greenville Tech student. If you just click there, stay signed in, and you will eventually go to Office 365, and you can access Word here, and you can open documents in Word. You can use Word and save it onto your computer. And so, what I suggest you do is you just complete your assignments using Office 365, save them onto the computer, as opposed to, say, using another platform and then trying to convert it to Microsoft Word. All right, so Blackboard, let's go in Blackboard and look at the course shell for 165. Okay, so I'm looking at the course shell for section W01. But I'm posting this video for my other English 165 sections because the course shells right now are exactly the same. So the first thing you should always check when you go into my Blackboard course shell are the announcements. You may need to scroll down a little bit to make sure that there aren't any new announcements. I will often post new announcements a few times a week. Okay, it's when I post an announcement, like I said, it usually also goes into your Gmail. But you want to make sure that that you're reading the announcements, because the announcements are going to give you information about the work that is due this week. It's going to maybe clarify certain points or give you guidance on certain assignments. There might be changes that I make that I will announce in the announcements to the course plan or to an assignment. So, you should be checking this, check it at the very beginning of the week. And then, I would be checking Blackboard, checking your announcements, if not every day, at least every other day. All right. One announcement that I specifically want to highlight for you is Remind. Remind will give you text message announcements if you sign up for it. So it's really easy to sign up for Remind. I usually send, 1 or 2 texts a week. It's pretty limited in terms of how much I can put into one of my text announcements with this. So I usually use it if I've posted something new on Blackboard, or just to remind you at the end of the week about what assignments are due. But it's a good tool to have. It's really easy to sign up for. You just text this code to this number, and then you'll receive those texts. Okay. All right. So after you've checked announcements, the next thing you're going to want to do is go into course content, okay, and check out the weekly folder. You can see I have a couple of links here at the top. I have the course plan linked at the very top, plus Open Pearson, which is how you access the textbook for the class. All right. I'm going to come back to that though, and just go to the week 1 folder. Okay, so you'll see a new folder at the beginning of every week. If you click open that folder, then you'll see the tasks for this week. So you do have a few tasks due this week. One of them is an introductory discussion board about yourself, and where you tell me about yourself and then respond to 2 classmates. Okay, it's important for the discussion boards that you read the instructions carefully and that you do your responses. You respond to 2 classmates and you fulfill the guidelines for that, because those responses will often count for a third or maybe even a half of your grade, depending on the assignment. So they're not, they are important, I should say. Okay, they're an important part of doing the discussion boards, is to create that interaction among students. So make sure you're doing that part of the assignment. When you do the discussion board, I'm going to go back. To do the discussion board, all you need to do is open the discussion board link right here and then create thread. So you can see a few people have already started this, so you can create a thread. Every thread needs to have a subject heading, so come up with something to put as the subject, and then complete the assignment here and then submit. And then once you've submitted, then you can go in and respond to your classmates. So one of the best ways to do a response, if I click everything here and then collect, it's going to give me a screen where I can then read all of the responses. So that gives you a chance to go through and pick a posting that you specifically want to respond to. All right. So going back into here. So back in the weekly folder. So the other thing you have to do for this week is review the information in syllabus and info. So we've got a course plan, course syllabus, department policies, division policies. So once you've reviewed that, then you're going to complete an AS policy and acknowledgement form submission, which is also linked here. And it's a very easy document to use, or to complete, I should say. It's, I'm actually going to show you how to submit it. Essentially, all you're going to do is you download the document onto your computer, open it using Microsoft Word, fill in your name and some information at the top to acknowledge that you have read, understood, and accept the policies. And then once you do that, then you're going to open the assignment link. Okay, make sure that your document is downloaded onto your computer. Okay, then you're going to go attach files, and then I'm just choosing a random file here, submit, and then you should see success here at the top, and then you should be able to see and read your document in the Blackboard screen. So there's a reader here, okay, surrounded by the Blackboard frame. If you cannot see and read your document right here, then don't assume that your document has been submitted correctly. All right, it's your responsibility to make sure it has been submitted correctly. And if you have any doubt about whether or not it's been submitted to Blackboard, you need to email me the document. Don't just email me and say, I don't think my document submitted correctly. Email me the document and explain the issue. So that way I know that you completed it on time. Okay, I have proof that you completed it on time, and then we can figure out how to get it into Blackboard later. Okay. If it's not loading here, I mean, there's a number of reasons why your document may not be loading. It could be that you're not using a supportable file type like Microsoft Word. So if you use Pages on your Mac, then Pages is not compatible with Blackboard at all. So my suggestion would be just to not use Pages at all. So that way you don't have to worry about whether you remember to convert it from Pages to Word before you submit. All right, so that's how you submit that document. One thing that I wanted to point out to you here in Syllabus and Info, the course plan. The course plan is the document that's going to cover the main policies for this course. Main things you need to know, including the grading scheme and the specific schedule for this course with the due dates for assignments. All right, so the course plan is a document you're going to keep coming back to. You know, if you like to download or print the course plan, I may make some changes to it over the course of the semester. Nothing significant, but you know, it's very possible that there are things that I might need to change or update. If I do, you know, it will be updated here. If it's something that is significant regarding, say, an assignment or a due date, then I'll also put that into announcements. All right. And then Pearson. So as I said in the email I sent earlier in the week, you can buy a hard copy book if you want to. You don't have to for this class. You can also just do the access code. All right. And so if you have the access code, then you have access to the book online and the assignments that you will have to do for the course. Okay, so everybody is going to need to purchase an access code, whether you have the book or not. All right, so to get into Revel, okay, it's going to say open Pearson. So Pearson is the publisher of the book. So it's up here at the top of course content. So if I open that up, it's probably going to be a little bit slow. But it will get you to a screen where you want it, the screen where you want to be. So here is the book that's linked to this class. So you have a couple of options here. If you bought an access code through the bookstore, you can redeem it this way. You can also buy it directly for $50 without having to go through the bookstore at all. Or you can get a 14-day temporary access in case, you know, maybe you don't have the $50 right now, or maybe you're not sure if you're going to stay with the class. You want to try it out first and not spend the money. But just keep in mind that to complete the class, you will have to purchase an access code at some point. All right, because the access code gives you access to not only the book, but also the assignments. And so to give you an idea of what it looks like when you're logged in, and it's going to look a little different for you because you're a student, and but you'll see generally like what you're going to find in Blackboard, which is there will be assignments for each week. So like no Revel assignments for that are due the 23rd. So your first one is going to be due the 30th. Okay, and that's chapter 1. And assignments become available the week before they are due. Okay, so so you will not, I don't believe you can see this assignment yet, but you will be able to see it on Sunday night, Monday morning. Okay, so within the chapter, you have access to the entire chapter to do the reading, and then, there are a number of exercises that you will do, well, you'll have available to you. The only ones that I need you to complete are the shared or quizzes. So any place where there's a short quiz, especially the chapter quizzes, and then the shared writing assignment. Okay, and the shared writing, I'll say more about the shared writing next week. It's a short writing assignment, so they don't have to be, it's basically just a short writing assignment that's reflecting on some aspect of the reading. Okay, so you'll need to complete those for each of the chapters that we read. Okay, but you will not necessarily you won't have to do, any of these exercises or the journals. All right, you're just reading. I mean, you can do them if you want to, but they're not going to be graded. Okay, this is what's going to be graded. All right. So like I said, that first Rebel assignment, should be available to you on Monday morning. Okay, and it's due the 30th. All right, so I believe that's it for this video. Again, welcome to the class. I'm looking forward to working with you this summer, and thank you for watching. Bye.